kind of a system. I think that I filmed a better intro this because I was a little busted. I have something very distressing to show you before we get into the first update in vlog. These happened today this morning. I apologize for that. I wish that I had like nail glue because I would just glue the nails back on. But alas, oh hi, but alas, I have no nail glue, so we're just gonna have to build this like so fun. Or now that it's not done. But also, sorry about the box. You guys know the drill. Oh sweet. That's my 1-year-old. I'm not sure on the channel. So I started the reading earlier last night, not gonna lie. I think I started at like 9:30 or 10. No, probably started about 10 actually, now that I think about it, because I probably didn't go up to it. I went to Walmart last night after I got off of my shift because I had to get some milk. We run through gallons of milk like a crazy amount here. So I had to go get some milk. I also got cream cheese Danish with strawberries. It's really good. I warmed it up in the microwave. It's probably gonna be cold. I'm already halfway through my first book. This vlog is House of by Carrie. In this book, we are following our main character, Cassie. And Cassie, at the beginning of this book, it's like in a very committed relationship with this girl. Like they're in love. She wants it all. However, Cassie feels this very intense vision of the birthday. And it's not just a normal, like, put a couple pills in your coffee and waiting. It is intense. It's really what she thinks about. And it is mostly stemming from her OCD. She actually came into contact with some media that a former murderer worked, and ever since then she just has not been seen. But because of her intense OCD and because she is almost fully convinced that she's going to murder her girlfriend in her sleep, she decides to just pack up her New York life and move back to the small town that she grew up in hopes that maybe getting away from everything will kind of reset her brain. So she moves back in to her parents' house, and she actually comes back into contact with her childhood best friend, and things kind of go from there. I am really enjoying this book. I'm really loving this. If you guys like the eyes are the best part, please pick this up. I think that you really like it. I feel like our main characters in both books are like pretty similar. I don't know, I hesitate saying that because I know that like there is a completely different culture that's happening in that book than in this book, obviously. But I really like this. I also really like the aspect, there's an aspect of this book that I wasn't expecting to happen in here. But we're getting a very interesting movie. And I'm intrigued to see how that ties into the rest of the book. But yeah, I am really, really enjoying this. I'm listening to it on Spotify, and I think I only have like 2 hours left of my Spotify time, and there's like 3 hours left of the audiobook. So I'm obviously not gonna be able to finish it via audiobook, but as soon as I finish out what I have in the audiobook, I'll sit down and finish reading it. I feel like these words are actually really gigantic. I was honestly just like thinking about listening to the audiobook of thinking last night. So I don't know, but I'm really enjoying this. This is like the perfect book for me to read right now. I feel like I just got off of reading the Probably Brand series by Lila Sage. I love it so much, but I needed something a little bit change of pacey, and I feel like this was perfect. It's a shorty. I don't know how it's in for. Oh my gosh, wait. Can I count this? Oh no, never mind. And because it has, okay, so look, the last page it says 224. Actually, I feel like the last page says 224, which means I could count it as my 8 prompt, but then there's a page next to it that is not numbered but continues on with the story. So that's stupid. I could have counted it for my 8 prompt, but I'm sure that I can figure something else out. I also love this number, so I'm excited to continue on with it. I think this is going to be a big win for me. Really excited about it. I also have a couple of things to show you guys. An box review as a treat to myself, since I had to go after work and walk around at another store. I got Shallow River by Lee Rivers, still not insatiable. Anyways, by H.D. Carlton, and I'm really excited to read this. This is the only H.D. Carlton I feel like I haven't read, so I'm very intrigued by this one. I don't even know what it's about. I'm gonna go in probably like without knowing anything. I have heard that this book though is like very near and dear to H.D. Carlton's heart. This has the most of her in it, and because of that, I think that she's wanted to unpublish it because I believe that this book is very triggering to her. So I'm definitely gonna read this. I'm really excited for that. Then I want to show you guys this cute little dress. It was on clearance for $4. Okay. I love it. If you can buy baby clothes on clearance, that's what I would recommend, if I'm being honest. I feel like, I don't know. It was great. I saw it hanging on the shelf and I was like, need that. And then we also have a package that I got in the mail last night. I'm really excited about this. I know what it is already because of the tags, but oh, cute. Okay, so, oh, they're so cute. Okay. First, let's look at this. This is the shop that I got it from. That might kind of give away what this is. It is another YouTuber's merch. I need to find. Oh no. I don't think one of these is gonna fit me. Okay, we'll have to try it on later, I guess. But surely I did not order that size because I know that size is for me. Some of the wrong freaking size. Are you serious? Okay, let me show you. So this says XXXL. We can all see that, right? This says 3XL on both of them. So I get a 3XL on one of them and a 2XL on the other. I don't understand because these were made to order. I'm not gonna freak out. I just don't think a 2X is gonna fit me, if I'm being completely honest. But I guess we're gonna see. Hopefully these are like slightly oversized. But anyways, this is Emmy's merch. I'm really excited about this. Maybe I'm just like it's so irritating. Okay. It's fine. I know it's not like that video because actually I'm pretty positive this is gonna fit. This looks way more than big enough, so that's a relief. But I love this merch so much. It is, I think, by the time this is going to be posted, I believe that they are no longer selling most of this merch. And then I also got this one. Sorry, it was kind of dramatic. It's just I don't have a lot of clothes up in me right now because I'm kind of like, I don't know. I won't get into it here. I don't want to trigger anybody, or trigger myself when I look back at this footage. So yeah, there's that. Oh. And then I have my absolutely feral book reader shirt. I love this as well. Okay, yeah. I think it's fine. It's just the fact that I ordered like specific sizes, and I know that these are oversized, so I'm not freaking out too bad. But like, I'm honestly kind of thinking that maybe this is slightly easy because I don't know. Like, what's the point of pre-ordering and then it not even the right size? But these are like the exact same size, so I'm thinking this one might have just been inflated. In fact, I think the white shirt is a little bit smaller than the one, so I don't know. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I think I was a little bit over dramatic for no reason, but I don't know. Anyway, it's just when you spend a lot of money on merch, you want it to fit. I need to also find all my Jan merch. I have like a ton of Jan merch. Well, I have 3 shirts, but that is a lot to me. So I need to find those and wash them. I know where one of them is. I definitely need to wash that one. What about my readathon shirt? That's my favorite shirt. Well, actually, I love all the ones that I have from her. But anyway, I think that's all I really have to talk to you guys about right now. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm probably going to finish House of Beth before we chat next, and then we will kind of figure out what I want to read next. Sorry about the box. That is my dropout face. If you are new here, oh, she's waving to you. Okay, I guess you can't really see her face anyway. So I won't put the box in unless I did, and then sorry. But anyway, I think I already know what I want to read next. The problem is I don't have the audiobook for it, and I desperately need audiobooks right now. It's a winning little game. I also want to get into Animal Crossing again, so I guess we'll see about that. I also need to edit last week's vlog. Too many things to do, and not enough time to do them. So I will let you guys go. Like I said, I'm gonna go finish House of Beth. Then we'll kind of like reconvene and figure out what I want to read. But I think I do know what I want to read next. It's another aardvark book. Coincidentally, love aardvark. I really want to read B.E. Schwab's new book, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, but that is so long. It is so long. I don't know if I could like reasonably justify trying to read that this week, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Hi besties, what's up? It is a little bit later in the day. I actually finished House of Beth like quite a while ago, like hours ago at this point. I think like, right after I updated you guys, it wasn't too long after that I finished the book. And I actually really enjoyed this one. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. I'm still not like 100% on my rating, because as soon as I finished it, I was like, oh, it's 5 stars. But then I kind of sat and thought about it, and I'm like, is it really 5 stars? I don't know. So we're gonna land on probably like a 4 star for now. But if that changes, like at the end of the vlog, I'll obviously let you know. I really liked this. I think that the ending was pretty much perfect for what the book was. I think if it would have ended any other way, like I don't think I would have liked it as much, but I think that Carrie Cullen like really like did the perfect ending. So I'm happy about that. So we finished that obviously this morning, and then I did not read a single thing more today. I didn't know what I wanted to read because in the middle of House of Beth, I really wanted to read this next. However, after I finished House of Beth, I did not want to start this. So this was kind of my like second runner-up. I really want to read this as well. However, I don't want to really read this right now either, which is kind of a shame because I literally just got both of these audiobooks off of Audible because I really wanted to read them, and now I'm not really sure what I want to read, to be honest. Usually I'm pretty good at like deciphering what I at least want to start, but at the moment, like oddly enough, nothing is really calling to me to start. I don't know if that's a sign that I should like take a break from reading tonight and then like resume tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna keep thinking on it. Oh, also my nails significantly worse since the last time you saw me. Yeah, all of them are pretty much gone except for these ones. And then look at this one. It's hanging on by a thread. So probably gonna soak it in acetone and watch some YouTube while I wait for them to kind of like soften up a little bit. And I'm gonna try to pry them off. I want to paint them tonight as well. With my little, I have like an LED light, so I want to do that maybe. Oh my gosh, that window's open too. It is so hot in this house because I forgot to close 3 of my windows this morning. Okay, that one in my kitchen is typically open. It's usually open. I didn't realize the ones behind us were open this whole day. Or like, maybe I did know that they were open like in the back of my mind, but I would be like, oh, okay, those are open. And then I would immediately forget. Now I'm really paying the price because it's hot. So I need to go shut those. I need to go find all my drinks that are in my bedroom and start chugging those as well. I don't know. I'm honestly, I wanted to take a nap, but at this point in the day, like there's no point. I know that Oakley's asleep, so like this would be the perfect nap taking time, but yeah, I don't know. I stayed up way too late last night. I didn't want to go to sleep last night. Like I wasn't tired at all. And I'm kind of paying the price for it tonight, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna go. I've been working on my Animal Crossing situation. I don't even want to call it an island. It does not look very good. I don't know how people get their island so cute, but I might keep playing Animal Crossing, watch a couple YouTube videos. If I can think of something that I want to read, I will let you guys know. I can't remember. There was a book. So on my TBR video that I posted, I put like pretty much all rereads on there except for one book, and I don't remember what the book off on my TBR was, because maybe I want to read that if I could remember what it was. So I might go back and watch my video and see if I can't figure out what on earth I put on there. I might do that. If I start anything and I will update you guys before Steven gets home. He went to the gym after work, so it's gonna kind of just be me for the next hopefully hour. I know that I should not let her sleep until 7, but she was a little bit of a nightmare before she fell asleep, so I'm kind of wanting her to sleep for a little while at least. So but yeah, other than that, I think that's all I have to talk to you guys about. So cross your fingers for me and hope that I can figure out something to read next, because I just really have not a clue what I would like to read. So always fun, always exciting, I guess. I don't know. Hey besties, what's up? Ignore the appearance. I apologize. I kind of look like a bump, but we're gonna get through this. I have to go get in the shower and wash my hair. I made the mistake of letting my hair like dry while I was asleep, and usually that's not that big of a deal, but Steven was like massaging my head while my hair was still damp, and the knots and the tangles that are in my hair, I don't have the energy to brush that out. So I'm gonna hop in the shower right after this. But I thought I would hurry and come on here before I get too far into the next book I'm reading to let you know that I finished 2 books since we last spoke. So finished 2 books last night. I was gonna talk about them together, but I feel like maybe it's a better idea that I don't. Maybe it's a better idea that I like separate them. You'll kind of understand why. So first book I finished was Winter Mine. I'm sorry, I forgot the author's name. I will pop a picture on the screen wherever it fits. and I rated this book 3 stars. Okay, so this book follows our main character, Callista, and at the beginning of the book, we see her at her father's funeral, and she's kind of very stoic. She is like acting like everything is fine, even though her whole world is literally falling apart. But we don't see this through her eyes. We see it through the man who killed her father's eyes. And because of this moment that he witnesses with Callista, he decides that he is like literally obsessed with her. He's never felt this way about anybody. He's like, is it a psychopath or sociopath that they don't feel like any feelings? That's kind of how he is. But because of this interest that he finds in Callie, he decides that he really needs to get to know her, figure out like who she is, why she makes him feel this way, and thus begins a stalker romance of sorts. This book it gave me whiplash a little bit. So I really enjoyed the writing for some of the chapters, but other chapters just seemed very like middle of the road, and I don't really know how to say that in a nice way, but like the prologue of this book had me gagged. It was written so well. But then near the end of the book, they were saying like all these things that like weren't really that deep, and Callista would be like, oh, that's so poetic, even though he just told her that he liked her brown hair. That's like not exactly what happened, but like it wasn't poetic. It was just like, it was silly. I didn't like Hayden very much. That's the main love interest. I thought I would be like obsessed with him, but I don't know. He kind of gave me the ick. So like, obviously he was stalking her, and that's what, you know, it is what it is. Stalker romance. Obviously I knew that was gonna happen. But like, he was dealing behind the scenes in like every facet of her life. And that like continued on through this book, like the whole book, basically. He's the reason that she has her job so that he can watch her more easily. He's the reason that even though she got a new job, like he wouldn't threaten the people that she couldn't start working for them, stuff like that. He's also like playing mental games with her as well, which like obviously like stalkers are gonna do that in stalker romance. But I also feel like we were missing like the romantic part of the stalker romance. It felt like just, I don't know, it was weird. The other thing is like, I just don't feel like we got to see a very soft side of Hayden at all throughout the book. He just seemed, I don't know, he gave me the, and he always called Callista Miss Green, which I didn't like. Why can't he just call her name? Everybody has a name, as they say. And he would like chastise her for swearing, even though he's like literally killed people. He literally stalks her, but heaven forbid she says shit. Like, stupid double standards. But unfortunately, there was a huge cliffhanger at the end of the book. And I said to myself, knowing that that happened, because I read some of the reviews while I was still reading the book. Oh, did I say I rated it 3 stars? Yeah, anyway. So after reading some of the reviews, I was like, okay, I already kind of know how the second book is gonna go. I'm not gonna I read it. I bought the audiobook for like $7, and I read it all in one sitting, pretty much. So the second book we're gonna talk about, I think it's called Now That You're Mine or something like that. Again, picture, you know. So there were just a lot of things about this book that like I didn't love. The main thing is we still didn't get to really see a tender side of Hayden. Like, I'm sorry, this is one couple in a romance book or a romance series that I've read that I just don't think would end up together after the book. I see them getting divorced years down the road. I don't know. I just don't see this romance working out. No. Also, there was no reason this needed to be 2 books. The first book was like 350 pages and the second book was like 260 or something like that. There was no reason it needed to be 2 books. I think that a couple things could have been cut out and it could have all been 1 book. The cliffhanger at the end of book 1, although I very rarely say this, it was like just so unnecessary. I also feel like obviously there were still things in the plot of the first book that needed to be worked out in the second book, and I feel like the plot was a little bit convoluted. It seemed to like kind of jump around. I also like Hayden, very hot and cold character. Like, there were moments that I really was like starting to like him, and then he would do something like, heaven forbid a man gets constructive criticism and whatever. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, he was just like, he was literally a man child, literally. Like, he was so annoying. I'm glad that that's over. However, I did really like the second book. Actually, I gave it 4 stars. It's like a 3.75 star, honestly. If there was one book in the series that I would like reread over the other, it's definitely the second book. I don't know. I feel like we should have been able to see more tender moments with Hayden, because that's the thing about some stalker romances. Like, you don't always just see their like literally psychotic side. Like, you get to see them like be an actual human
after the stalking kind of ends. But like, even though the stalking ended, the psychotic behavior did not. So that was a win for me. So glad that I spent all my time doing that last night, but it is what it is. I am glad that I read it though, because Once Your Mind has been on my physical TBR for a while now. I think it's been over a year, so I think I can actually count that for that prompt. But I actually DNF'd it after reading the first chapter. After the prologue, I was like, ugh, I don't like this. It's like, I don't know, but I think I would be interested in like reading more from the author. I just don't really know what I would read from the author, to be quite frank with you. So those are those books. Am I glad that I read them? I don't think so. It is what it is. Like, I'm glad that I gave them a try at least. You know what I mean? At least now I know that I can unhaul the first book with certainty that I should have DNF'd it in the first place. But it is what it is. I had Spotify hours. I have no more of those. I guess I have like 1 hour, but what am I gonna listen to with 1 hour, right? Yeah. And then this morning I woke up and I started a study in drowning. I have it over there. Maybe I can go get it. One sec. I guess I can tell you how many pages I am through it if I go get it. So, okay, we're gonna do a little bit of guesstimation here because I'm not exactly sure where she is, where I am in the book. No, I'm reading the book, not the omnipotent she that we're always talking about here. Okay. Oh, I'm really not far at all, actually. Okay, here I am. I am on page 18, so I'm pretty much done with the book. No, just kidding. So I'm on page 18. I am in the middle of a chapter. I figured I would try and do this update before, you know, some little monstrous 1-year-olds wake up. I don't, you know how it is. So I am this far into the book. Obviously pretty much done, like I said, but this book follows our main character Effie, and she actually wanted to be in the literature program. It is the most highly prestigious literature program in the country, but unfortunately I believe that something was said to her, or maybe she didn't pass the entrance exam. I don't exactly remember, even though that was probably like only 5 pages ago. It is what it is. So instead of going into the literature program after that, she decides to go into the architecture program, I believe. And she is working on like doing her thesis, and she wants to do the thesis based on a recent really popular author that is like pretty iconic that has just passed away. However, everybody has already checked the books out from the library. She's also freaking out because she's literally failing like 3 of her classes. It's about midway through the semester, so she's not really sure what to do, to be honest. So I think that she's probably going to switch majors. I haven't read the back of the book, but I'm really excited about this. It seems like her and another character are probably going to be trying to solve the murder of this author, or solve like what caused the death of the author, because I'm guessing within their research they're going to figure out that, hey, like his death isn't actually what it seemed. So I'm really excited about that. I love this cover. Should we do, oh, this is part of the cover. I'm sure I knew that, but like, that's horrendous if I've ever seen it. But I'm really excited about this one. I actually really like the writing so much. There have been a couple things that I've already wanted to highlight and stuff. I'm gonna hold off just in case, but there have been like a couple of like really good like quotes and stuff. I wanted to read you like this passage or this like little situation. So this school's dormitories are like nasty. They're really gross. And so Effie went into the bathroom to wash her hands and saw a spider run into a crack in the wall. And they name all the spiders there. So there's Harold and Watson. Unfortunately, Watson has already met his end, aka being squished by some kind of shoe, I'm sure. And one of Effie's friends asked, how come all the spiders are men? Because they're all named after men every time they find one. Because it feels more satisfying to squish them. And like, so true. Maybe I should start naming all my spiders men names. So we're gonna continue on with this. I'm really excited. I need to like wrap this up probably. I've also been playing a crap ton of Animal Crossing and I'm really liking it. I was really into Palia about a year ago and I would like to get back into it. I truthfully probably can't remember anything that I was doing in it, so I probably need to get back into it. But I charged this for the first time in a while because every time I would charge it, I just let it die because I wouldn't play it. But I've been watching a lot of like little Simsy Animal Crossing streams. I was like, dang, I really want to do that. So I would give you like an island tour, but actually there are like, it's not worth giving a tour at the moment. So I don't know. I also wish like I had an actual Switch so that I could do like card capture but this is obviously a Switch Lite, so I don't think that there's a way to do that with this one. But yeah, I'm really excited. Like, I've really been loving it. Tell me why in games I love to fish, but like in real life, fishing sounds like detrimental to my mental health. I don't know. Anyway, I have really been liking everything I've been doing. It's kind of been a pretty relaxing couple of days, actually. Also, I wanted to give you a little haul before I return these because the wrong editions were sent to me by the Zon, as they usually are. So I got the Twisted series by Anna Huang. All right, hi. Editing Makenzie cutting in here. I'm actually like just watching through the video one last time before I post it, and I wanted to come on here and say that I'm not actually going to return these. What I am going to do though is I'm going to keep them for now, and I'm gonna read them, and if I have the urge to like reread them, annotate them, which I don't know, I guess we'll see. I will probably donate the ones that I have or try to sell them secondhand or something. The reason I don't want to send them back to Amazon and get my money back, which would be the like financially responsible thing to do, is because I just watched a Mia Maples video in which she like showed a bunch of things that were returned to Amazon, and after that video, oh gosh, sorry, there's gonna be a box. I have like my friend from high school's like wedding announcement that really needs to be taken off the fridge. It's behind me. I didn't realize that until now, but anyway, and I really just don't want to send these books to the landfill. I'd feel really bad about that. I mean, let me know if you guys think that I should still do that. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I really just do not want to contribute to waste. And I figured that if I donated them or sold them secondhand, then at least they'd be going to like someone who really wanted them. Like I said, it's just like a purely like cosmetic thing for my shelves. At least I'm assuming. I'm like cutting in halfway through the clip of me showing them. It's purely a cosmetic thing as far as like displaying them on my shelves, because they will not match the Striker that I have by Anne Wong. And I also just do not find any joy in annotating small non-floppy paperbacks. I think that is like a certain kind of hell that should not be forced upon anybody, to be honest. So that's why I want to get rid of them. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. Yeah, I think I'll probably read the books. At least now they're on my physical TBR, so I can count them as books from my physical TBR if I wanted to. I also know that there are like probably plenty of special editions that I could buy of the series, so I don't know, maybe I'll just buy different sets. I don't know though, because I've seen like the Bejeweled Twisted series. I'll pop a picture up. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I want to do that so bad. And it's just like the random bits of sparkle that are so pretty. It's not necessarily like fully covered in like diamond painting stuff, so I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to cut in here and say that because I have changed my mind on that. But yeah, thank you. And the problem with these is like they're short paperbacks, and usually like I can get behind a short paperback, but look how much flop that has. That has like negative flop. So I'm gonna return them and then just buy them all separately, so that I can make sure to get the Bloom editions, because I don't know what publishing house that is, but they don't know how to make paperbacks, respectfully. This is the same issue that I have with my paperbacks of the Chestnut Spring series, actually, is that there's like literally no give. And I'm pretty sure that the Chestnut Spring series is actually a little bit taller than this, but it seems like every time I buy box sets on Amazon, no matter how much research I do, no matter how much I look at them, they always end up being these short stubby things that like if I'm obsessed with this series and I want to annotate it, like there's no way I'm gonna be able to like annotate it. And we all know that paperbacks don't like necessarily last the longest depending on how you take care of them, but like when you break the spine so much, I feel like it's only a matter of time before it starts falling apart. So yeah, I'm gonna send these back. And yeah, I'm getting it all credited back to my Amazon account, so I will just maybe buy the books as I read them. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but very excited to read that when it happens. I actually have like, I had like a long list of books that I wanted to read in 2025 that weren't like my 2025 TBR, and The Stinger, I think is what it's called, by Anna Wong, was one of them. I was really excited to read that. I don't think I'm gonna get to it this year. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I think that's all I have to talk to you guys about. I am so sorry. I feel like I haven't gotten like any footage for this vlog. Hopefully I can change that a little bit. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go take a shower, go run like copious amounts of conditioner through my hair so that I can actually brush it easier. And then I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, and I think I'm gonna do like Animal Crossing and editing sprints because I haven't posted a video in like 10 days. It won't be up like today, but it'll be up tomorrow. So I feel like I really need to do that. I have a book haul that I'm editing. I haven't filmed a book haul in like months at this point, but I don't know. I really need to get it up. I have a couple videos on the back burner that I filmed like last year that I would really like to post because I spent like time working on them. 2 of them were 24-hour readathons that I believe one of them. Sorry for the abrupt cutoff. If you couldn't see the absolute terror and panic in my eyes, my 1-year-old usually ends up in bed with us like in the morning, and she usually goes back to sleep. That's what happened this morning, and so I left her just in our room on the bed, and I heard a thud and my heart sank. I thought that she had rolled off my bed. Luckily she didn't roll off the bed. When I went in there, like, because I stopped the recording and I ran, so luckily when I got in there, she was standing on her feet. I think that maybe she just scared herself when she got off of the bed, and because she didn't see anybody in there, I think it probably scared her too. So I'm sure that I was talking about like editing videos that I had like worked hard on, like the 24-hour readathons. But yeah, when you put that much effort into like reading for a video, like you don't want to not post it, but then it's like, well, does footage that you record have an expiration date? So that's kind of what I struggle with. But now that she's awake, you can kind of see her head right there. Now that she's awake, she's sitting in my lap, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But oh, there's a pretty little girl. Say hi. Can you blow kisses? All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go now, and I'm gonna watch her eat her Cheerios. I'm gonna drink my energy. Sorry about the box right there. That's her face. I'm not gonna show her whole face on the internet. I'm sure that at some point you guys have probably seen her eyes and stuff, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read. I'm going to play on the Switch. I'm gonna edit. I also kind of want to work on editing Flawless by Elsie's editing, annotating Flawless by Elsie Silver. So we're gonna do that too today, I hope. That's a lot of things to do, plus clean up the mess of the weekend because we did not stay on top of cleaning up our living room as messes were made. So yeah, I will talk to you guys hopefully in a little bit, probably when somebody is down for their nap, but I also want to take a nap today, so I guess we'll see what happens. Ooh, I got new flowers last night. That's fun. Okay. Let's try to do a little tour of the island. Oh, that's my new... Ooh, I don't like him, I don't think. Let's talk to the new villager, though. You guys, I manifested it getting here during the readathon. It's so interesting because sometimes I feel like my aardvark boxes get to me super quick, and then sometimes I don't feel like they do. It's probably when I'm ordering them, though, to be honest. It's probably nothing to do with them. It's probably always the same ship time. Just, you know, who knows? Anyway, so, you know what? It probably got to me so fast because it's literally the middle of the month. I ordered it last week, so, but this was a direct, like, Jan thing. Like, I got Aardvark because Jan talked about them, and I really liked all of their book club selections. So if you are interested in Aardvark, they are kind of like book of the month, but better in my opinion. I love Aardvark. You can pry this subscription out of my cold dead hands. I love it so much. And if you are interested, after you see these books and getting a subscription, use code Jan, and I believe you get your first book for $5. That's a steal of a deal, considering the books are like $5 million now. Let's just open her up. Okay, so the first book I see in here is What Hunger by Catherine Dang, and this book, I'm really excited for this one. It is a shorty. I was hoping that if I open these and found like a shorty patorti that I wanted to read, maybe I could read that alongside of Study in Drowning, because I don't think I want to read that book super fast. We'll see. And then we have The Hounding by Kenobi Purvis, I believe is how you say their name. And one sec. All right, sorry about that. My Ring doorbell just went off, which It's weird that it's working now. It stopped working for like 3 days and we weren't sure what was going on, but it went off and I was like, the Amazon delivery guy's already been here, but I guess it was probably my mail person that delivered this package. And the other one are just clear containers for stickers. So anyway, The Hounding. This follows a group of sisters, I believe. They're all turning into dogs, which is interesting. I actually have a video idea for this one, so it won't be this one, but I'm very excited to read that one. And then we have The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I read the cheat sheet last year, and it was one of my favorite books of last year, so I'm very excited to have this. I was kind of apprehensive on getting it through Aardvark just because it's hardcover and my copy of the cheat sheet is paperback, but I keep putting off buying it, and I thought that, hey, I can get it through Aardvark. So I'm really excited about that. And then, as always, they send you, I believe, a bookmark for each book. And this is the bookmark for this month. And it's super cute and I love it. And I feel like, there we go. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, it's super cute. And then, in case you were interested, these are all the book selections of this month. I'm really excited about this. I also have this package. So, I don't really know what this is. I guess. Oh, you know what? I bet I know exactly what it is. Let me just... I think it's screen protectors for my husband's phone, but we'll see. It has my name on it. Yeah, it's screen protectors. Okay, well, fine. I thought that it was going to be something more exciting, but it was not. So, I thought it was fun, you know, in the spirit of Jan being the reason that I started Aardvark. But it would be fun to open that with you guys. Sorry about my hair. I did wash it. I did put a bunch of conditioner in it. I just need to brush it. And all my brushes are in my car. At least all the ones that I know where they are. I have like 3 wet brushes floating around my house somewhere. Don't know where any of them are. So now it is time to go and try to take a nap. Hopefully Oakley will fall back to sleep. She took a 20-minute nap and then she woke up and she's acting kind of grumpy and tired again. So I'm gonna hope that she can do that, because if she can fall asleep, then I can fall asleep for a little bit, because I also need a nap. I'm really tired. So talk to you guys a little bit later. If I decide what book I want to start in conjunction with A Study in Drowning, I will let you know. Can I be so honest with you guys? So I had to restart the book because I accidentally left the audiobook playing. Leave It to Me, right? And so I just restarted it, and I'm just rereading the first chapter because I was in the middle of the first chapter, I believe. And I don't know, that book, even though that book is what I'm like perfectly in the mood for, I don't want to rush through it. I've decided I don't want to listen to it all in one day. So I'm gonna kind of read this alongside with whatever other book that I feel the need to read right now. I'm kind of conflicted because I don't think I'm gonna finish all like the reading prompts. I don't know if you can count one book for 2 prompts. You probably can, but I guess I could have asked. It's too late now. I'm not gonna ask. And I don't think, actually, I legitimately do not think that any of the books that I've read this week can count towards any of the other prompts, so that's fine with me. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out something else I maybe want to read, and I will let you all know after nap time, if nap time does ensue, what I decided to pick up, because I still need to edit my book haul that I'm planning on posting this week. That's a whole situation, but it is what it is. So I will talk to you all a little bit later, hopefully with some good reading updates and not me saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna choose another book. So sorry, I feel like my energy is so off. I'm tired and it's starting to get hot in my house, which I just realized while I was filming, so that's cool. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit better after my nap though. So I will talk to y'all in a little bit. Like I've said like 50 times, I'm so sorry. My brain feels mushy right now, so see you in a minute. Hi everyone, long time no talk. I am so sorry about that. It's been like, it is Monday and I don't remember when the readathon ended, if I'm being honest, but it is Monday and I am coming out here to end the vlog. So overall, I am very happy with what I read. I will be honest, I did not read anything to like even talk to you guys about the last 2 days of the readathon. I honestly was just kind of reading a whole bunch of little sections of whatever I wanted to read. I kind of needed a break from like binge reading books, especially after Now That You're Mine. I hope that I talked to you guys about that book and Once You're Mine. But yeah, after those 2 books, I really needed a break. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I believe we ended up finishing 4 books in this video. What 4 books were they? I told you 2 of them. I can't remember the other ones. I'm sorry about that, but or 3. Did I finish 3? Anyway, it literally does not matter. It's fine. but I did have a lot of fun. Thank you to Jan for hosting the readathon. It is always so fun when you host readathons. I really like it. I will, of course, link all of Jan's stuff down below. I'll link her Patreon, her channel, her Instagram, whatever you need to find Jan. It will be linked in the cards or in the description box below. Goodness, sorry, my brain is fried today. It's fine though. But you guys should let me know if you participated in full moon readathon. What did you read? How many books did you read? Like I said, I think I read 3. And you know what? That is pretty good. I'm not going to complain. 3 books in 1 week for me recently is a ton. So I'm really happy about that. Let me know what your favorite book of the readathon was. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the book that I don't remember reading, that one was my favorite. It's bad that I don't remember what it was, but I should have checked Goodreads before I did this, but I did not. So thank you all so much for watching. And with all of that being said, if you like me, if you like my face, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see my face again, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, honestly, I'd follow me on Instagram. That's where you're going to get all the first updates. But if you don't have Instagram, cross your fingers, hope the notification bell works. And with all that being said, I will talk to you all in a new video very, very soon. Bye, everyone.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like